Let's see. Are we live? Yay! Okay, nice. Can everybody hear me? Test. Is the mic working? Oh, nice. Hi guys. So, nice. Big welcome. This is our first stream. I'm Alex. I'm the founder of THOR ZONE, and yeah, so we are the creators of MJOLNIR, and it's this guy right here. So many of you have backed our Kickstarter campaign, and later you also pre-ordered during June and last time in November. So we thought it's best to hold a live stream so you can ask us any questions you have, and you don't have to wait a long time to get a response. So how about that? So let me start off with the obvious, and it's shipping. So what is happening right now is right now all the parts for the MJOLNIRs, I mean, so all the CNC'd parts, all the extrusions, they are finished. And the stealth color, the black one, it's also surface finished. This one is steel. And also we have another one that is called dark. It's this guy right here. So these two still need surface finishing. And we expect it to take about 750 hours to complete everything. And our hope is that at least 10 people work on the assembly and packaging when the factory workers are back on February the 20th. This will mean it will only take 2 weeks to assemble and pack the cases. Let me see if we have any questions already. Does the 3090 Founders Edition fit in this case? No, it's too big. It's triple slot. This one fits GPUs up to 51 millimeters, so it's about 2.5 slot, around that. How is the certification going? It's going good. We have completed a couple of directives. We still have the EMC directive to complete for the CE, but it's going to, I think we're going to complete it in time. It's still a long time until the workers are back and the whole assembly process is complete. Let's see. Yeah, about November pre-orders. So we're going to make those because November pre-orders are from batch 2, and we're going to do the batch 1 Kickstarter batch and batch 2 back to back. So now batch 1 and the Kickstarter batch are almost done. And as soon as they are packed, we're going to start on the next batch, so batch 2. The good thing is the whole manufacturing process is down. All the molds are finished. So we basically just have to produce the parts, and we already have our supplies in place. So it's going to take about, I think, maybe 1.5 months to produce the parts, and then about 1 week of assembly, because batch 2 is much smaller than the Kickstarter batch and the batch 1. So it's going to be pretty quick. But we're going to do them back to back after batch 1 is packed. Let's see. Is it possible to get dimensions for the top panel? I need to laser cut something for it. I mean, every case will differ just a little bit. So if you want the perfect fit, I think it's best to wait for your case and then measure it out and do according to your own case. But if you send us an email, we can probably give you some guidance on that. Thoughts on 240 millimeter rads. So we did a test before where we used the Silverstone Tundra 240 millimeter AIO. And you can only use it with one fan inside MJOLNIR. And that radiator is pretty thin in comparison to the ones you can, the 120 millimeter ones. So we didn't see any performance improvement. And in that case, you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because if you use a 240 millimeter AIO, you can't have a fan underneath the motherboard. And if you don't have dedicated cooling for your motherboard VRMs, it's going to be pretty hot. So I would recommend sticking with a high quality 120 millimeter AIO and a fan underneath the motherboard in order to cool the VRM, the RAM, etc. So, I mean, I know a bunch of you will still use a 240 millimeter AIO, and to be fair, I've only tested one, so there may very well be a benefit to it, but yeah, the color mismatch will not be on production versions. Yeah. So if you see this case, it has a pretty obvious panel discoloration in comparison to the body. And the reason for this is it's very hard to see, but the panels, they have a slight brushed finish on them, while the case is done as it should be. And this is because these were the very early production units. So if we check out this one, it's a lot better. I mean, there's still just a slight difference, but this one it will get even better, because now when we surface finish these cases, we surface finish them together. So the whole all parts go through the same procedure. While on the first one you saw, we did the panels first and then the body, and that's why you see a bit of a difference. But I mean, judging by how much better this is, I think it's looking good for the production models. Let's see. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, by the way, yeah, regarding the color, let me see if I can. So this is the, hard to get it. I mean, it's hard to show the colors. This is the new color, the new gray. It looks very different, but it's actually the same. I mean, I think it's the lighting. Let me see if I can. It's hard to show, but they are very, very similar, and I think you guys will like this new one. The reason we changed it because the color for this one, it was about to expire, so we bought a new anodizing color, and this way we make sure we don't run out in the middle of production. I think this is a good shot. You can really see how they compare. Very much alike. Look the same. Right. Are you using an IKEA table perhaps? Looks like the Mörbylånga. Definitely. Yeah, we are. IKEA is the best. I have to say that because I'm from Sweden. but for sure, it's nice. I'm so jealous of the dark. It's so damn sexy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Nice goats. It's not goats. It's how do you say? It's those you know, elks. No. Yes, yes, elks. Do you still have the Christmas tree up? Yes, I do. I mean, it's too. It takes a lot of effort to take it down, so it's going to be there for a while. How do I check which color I have ordered? You can send us an email and we'll check your order. Any plans for future booster cell with radiator support, either custom or an add-in 120mm AIO? Oh, I mean, maybe, but the problem is, like when we did the booster cell, we tried to get as much space as possible for the for something to put on it. I can show you. But I mean, so in front of here we have around 2 millimeters of thickness, and that let us put a 15mm fan on there. So if we add support for something like an additional 120mm radiator, it has to stick out the front. I don't know if it's going to look that good, but I mean, maybe we can make it look good. We shall see. So I think it's fun to it would be fun to continue develop stuff for MJOLNIR, because it's a very flexible case in terms that you can remove the front, the panels, you know, underneath the core. So there are a lot of things we want to do with it, and for sure something for the front that's not just the booster cell, for sure. But actually, I like the booster cell a lot now. I use it on my personal rig, and I mean, because we have a power button on the back, and since the case is so small, you know, it's easy to reach it. But it's nice to have a power button on the front as well, and it lights up very cool. Can you explain how the booster cell RGB will connect to MJOLNIR R? Direct to the motherboard or daisy chain with the case? Yeah. So the RGB in the booster, it will daisy chain to your RGB strips. So in each RGB strip, you have two connectors, one here, and on the second it's the same. So one cable connects your two strips. A second cable connects one of your strips to the motherboard. And then you have one connector available. And that connector, that's where you plug in the booster cell. So it basically goes, you know, like this, goes around here, and then into the booster cell. I mean, you can connect the booster cell directly to your motherboard if you want. I mean, you have to do some tweaking, but we can help you out with that. If you want to know the like things, the 5 volts, the ground, and the data line, we can show you how to which thing is which, so you can connect it yourself. But it's possible. So if you know some electronics and you can connect some cables, you'll manage, I promise. All right. Would you recommend a custom loop for cooling the graphics card and the CPU with a 240mm radiator if the motherboard has active VRM cooling? It depends on which GPU you're going to use, and as well which CPU you're going to use. I remember a video from Optimum Tech where he plugged in an RTX 3090 and the Ryzen 9 5950X, and he didn't think it went too well because both components were so powerful. But if you do, for example, maybe an RTX 3060 and I don't know, less powerful CPU, it may very well work. So it depends on what you're going to do. Nordic not designed to be. When is the case going to be available? Yeah, so first we're going to ship out batch 1 and the Kickstarter batch. And then we're going to start manufacturing batch 2. And we'll have to see, but we're going to open the next pre-orders somewhere over there. And this is important to explain. You see, one reason, or how do you say, manufacturing in China, it works on incentives. So if you want to guarantee a high quality case, you have to show your manufacturing partner that you are going to partner with them for a long time. So if they know that you have a new order for them when they have completed the previous order, then it gives them incentive to do good work, not just contracts and stuff, you know, because they have to make a living as well. So if they know that they will get a new contract if they do good work, then they will try to do their best work from the start. So that's why we always try to have an additional order while we are in production. What about booster cell with MJOLNIR S? Yeah, so booster cell with MJOLNIR S will work, and if you are a bit handy with cables, you can make the RGB work as well. Because right now it's designed to plug directly into the LED strips of MJOLNIR R. But if you modify the cable a bit, you can just plug it into your motherboard and it will work. Yeah, we tried to come up with an example where you have several cables, but it's there's not so much space in here, and the PCBs had to be pretty small, so we skipped it. We just had the connect directly to the RGB strip. What is state of? Let's see. Will you provide samples to custom PSU cable vendors? Yeah, actually, we want to provide a couple of cases to somebody that's really skilled with computer modding, PC modding, because apart from measuring out cables, I think they can find a lot of other good things. But yeah, because this question is very common, custom PSU cables. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. I'll show you why. So the reason is the PSU in here can be flipped and reversed. So the cables will differ for each position. And that is why it's a bit hard to give a general answer, because for example, I don't really know how you're going to use the case. Like if you have an RTX 3080 Founders Edition, it will have a fan on the back. We have a cutout inside the spine of the case, so airflow will be able to pass. But now you have to reverse your PSU and flip it upside down. So it takes in the hot air from the back of the GPU and blows it down. Then you can use either a fan or pull the air through your radiator. Or if you have a booster cell, you can try to pull the air out the front. It's not going to be as effective as if you have a dedicated fan just underneath here. You know, a big 25mm thick 120 millimeter fan. But yeah, so that's why, depending on how your PSU is oriented, it's the cable length will be different. Let's see. Cool. Yeah, guys, please suggest a couple of PC modders. I mean, I followed mods by Ben Q, I think, on Instagram. He has amazing work. So I think we're going to send one to him. But if you know somebody else, let us know. Let's see. Great job, all of your team. Thank you very much. And guys, I know it's I mean, we are late with the delivery, and that sucks. But I mean, now we are very close, and that's a very good thing, especially when you think about what kind of year it has been. I'm very happy that the cases are there in the factories waiting to be assembled, and not like that our manufacturing partners are still not open, you know, like after the first Kickstarter campaign, I remember we were getting ready, and then Denise actually saw that, oh, what is this? It's some kind of new virus. And then basically the lights went out. It was impossible to contact the suppliers. They were not working, and this continued for like many months. Yeah, but now the cases are finished. I mean, they are waiting to be assembled. So I'm happy for that. PS Slate cables. Yeah. I've seen those guys. They have made cables for Loki and Dan and etc. Right? So I think yeah, it's a good idea to send the case to them. That's true. Good call. Yeah, are the case feet replaceable? Yeah, I mean, wait, let me get a. This one is a bit heavy. It's my own, so I have a bunch of stuff in it. But so yeah, the case feet, as you can see here, they have tape underneath them. So I mean, you can take them off if you want, and they are in 1 millimeter deep grooves, so you don't see the tape and such. Ugh, blah. But it's possible to replace them, yes. And also, I'm very happy that we made case feet out of silicone, because last time for the prototypes we made case feet out of aluminium, and it was extremely expensive, number one, but it was very bad in terms of stability. And also, if the case vibrates, you know, like the fan vibrations, if they accumulate, the case, you know, you can hear it. You can hear it through your table. But now the shocks are absorbed, and also it sits very nice on the table. So I'm very happy that we switched to nylon feet, silicone feet. It's much better. Yeah. Can you demo the RGBs and removing the panels? For sure. Wait 1 second. I have to get my trusty. 1 second. All right. So this is a bit strange, but I removed the panels using what is this? What is this called? It's like, you know, you eat sushi with it. It's a chopstick. Yeah. So I just you know, I stick it in here and just lift the panel up. And the same for, you know, these ones. You can just take them off. Or if I show you on my personal case, it's a bit more realistic. Yeah, so if you see here, because it's hard to pull out with your fingers. So yeah, it's very easy. If you have something like this, you just put it here, you know, remove. Now you can stick a finger in here and just remove the top. And you flip it around. And you remove this one. There we go. Oh yeah, look at this. So to make it, this is a 120 millimeter AIO. Because I've seen some confusion online. People have said it's 92, but no, it's 120 millimeter AIO. I don't think it's available right now because, as I remember, there is Asetek AIO for the Dan A4. It's called LT 545 or something, or 645. But the 120 millimeter AIO, I don't think it's available right now. But if you guys want one with our logo on it, I mean, I'll talk to Asetek and they are awesome. So I think we can manage something if you are interested. Okay. Let's see. Any chance to order this T-shirt? I like this logo a lot more than our previous one. It was a boring T, you know, blah. I mean, for sure, someday. But first, we've got to ship out these cases, and then why not? If you guys think these shirts look cool, for sure. Have you done some thermal testing with a custom loop with 120 millimeter rad for the MJOLNIR? Actually, I haven't. I do have 240 millimeter AIO. Sorry, Radiator. It's very nice. It's I think I've spoken it a lot on the SSF forum. It's very nice, but I've never done a custom loop before. So once we've shipped out the cases, I'll definitely try, and I'll also try to do it on a 120 millimeter rad. But for now, sorry, I'm a noob. Wait, somebody else asked the good questions. Will you sell the panels separately? Yes, we will. We have to make one, as I said, once we've shipped this, we'll start working on custom packaging for separate panels, because I know a lot of people have asked, can we buy glass panels or performance panels or the O2 panel, this one, separately? And I mean, we will do this soon in the future once we've shipped this, because then we can make custom packaging and you know, so yes, just hang in there for a little bit. Can we get tempered glass panels later if we did not order them initially? Yes. What gen is the riser cable? Yeah, this is a very good point. Yeah, so this whole Gen 4 riser cable thing has been a bit of a mess. Initially, like a year ago, we checked around, you know, and it seemed then that we would be able to get the Gen 4 riser cables in time. So we said, you know, Gen 4 riser cables. Then I don't know what happened, but suddenly we couldn't find any supply. And there were some cables, but they didn't have mass production quantities. Only in the future, you know. And for me, I don't know what that means. I mean, we have a lot of cases and a lot of people that are waiting, and if you don't know when you're going to get something or how much it costs, you know, how long are you going to wait? And then also, once the results came out that there were sub 1% difference between Gen 3 and Gen 4 in terms of frames per second or rendering speeds. We went with a high quality Gen 3 cable instead, and I'll show you why it's high quality. Because first of all, we've tested this riser cable, with a Gen 4 motherboard and Gen 4 GPU. It was a RTX 3090. So we didn't plug in an older GPU first, and because I've seen that some people have seen that their devices have not even booted when doing this, but we didn't see such problems. So once everything was installed, press the power button and the signal came on, the monitor lit up, but you could see something. And once you logged into Windows, you did see the screen regularly, a regular screen for like 5 seconds. Then it went dark for like 2 seconds, and then it lit up again. So I went to the BIOS, I went to the settings for the PCIe slot, this one, and I changed it from auto to Gen 3, and then it worked perfectly. So, but you didn't have to, go get an old GPU and plug it in and then change the settings. And I think the reason for this is because this cable is almost capable of handling Gen 4. So the GPU thinks it's Gen 4, but then probably there is some signal instability and it jumps back down, but then it thinks it still works, so it jumps back up, and but some other riser cables, you don't even get a signal. So I think, but I'll say this: we are keeping an eye out for Gen 4 riser cables, and I have one that we're going to test now. I mean, they still look very prototypey to me. They don't look nice, and high. They don't feel so high quality. So we're going to keep an eye out, and when a good Gen 4 cable is released that is stable, because I've seen that some, like the ones that are out today, some of them perform worse when you plug in Gen 4 rather than Gen 3. So once a good Gen 4 cable comes out and we can purchase it in mass, then we'll have to work something out for you guys. But for now, I just don't see that there are any good Gen 4 cables right now. But I have not tested every, so I don't want to say too much either. Yeah. Is the riser cable replaceable? Yeah, it's very easy. Just 2 screws, you screw it out, plug in another one, no problem. It's standard mounting, so pretty much any Gen 4, any riser cable will work. You found an elephant to stand on. Have you found an elephant to stand on Mjolnir yet? No, and I don't. It feels like people would get angry if I would have an elephant step on it, but it would survive. What do you have in your rig, and how much does it weigh? So I have right now I have a RTX 2070. Motherboard is Strix X570i. Processor is Ryzen 5900X. I have a 120mm AIO with a Noctua's NF A12 X25 fan. It weighs a lot. I mean, like something, I don't know, it feels like 7 kilos, maybe 10. I'm not really sure. Mjolnir without anything. So this one, it weighs around 2.7 kilos, I think, that when I measured it before. So it's not that heavy actually. And the reason why is because does anybody have a Loki Ghost S1 that is empty? Can you, if you do, can you weigh it and write the results, and we'll compare, because I don't think it's so much lighter, but we'll see. Are the booster cells going to be anodized at the same time as the cases? They are going to prevent color differences. Yes, they will be anodized at the same time. Still, for example, if you are from batch 1 or the Kickstarter batch and you order a booster cell from batch 2, it's still going to look good. Like one example is, if you see here, all right, let's see. Do you see there is a slight difference here? It's the same anodizing color, but there is just a slight difference. And but the thing is, it's more noticeable because you're looking on the same plane. You're looking from the front on the same plane. If you have a case and you have a booster cell and it's just slightly another shade of gray, you're not going to notice it because you're not looking from, you know, the booster cell will take up this entire space, and it's going to be hard to notice any difference between this and this. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. I've actually tested a booster cell from this case, my own, and put it on here, and these are different colors, slightly different, but I didn't see any difference when the booster cell sat here. It's very similar. So I don't think there is a reason to worry there. Let's see. 700 hours more left. Last Kickstarter update said if was almost finished. Yeah, no, so what I mean is 750 man hours left. That means if we have, 100 people working, it will be divided by 100 in terms of how much each person will work. So what I mean with the 750 is we look at how much each Mjolnir takes to assemble, and we sum it up, and we get 750 hours. Like if we take China, where these cases will be assembled and packed, they work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So 750 hours translates to about 3 weeks if you are 6 people, or around 2 weeks if you're 10 people. You know, if you're 12, it is even faster. So when the factory opens again on February 20th, we're going to check with them how many people they can allocate to us. The more the better, but our supplier also has other projects. So that's why, for example, why can't they put everybody in their firm on Mjolnir? And that's because they have other projects to make. So, but they can allocate 6 people, but can they allocate more? Because if they can allocate 10, it will take 2 weeks to complete all 750 hours. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you have one of the shipping boxes on hand to show us the packaging we will get? Unfortunately not. It was the packaging boxes and inserts were one of the last things that we put into production. So they are finished, but I haven't gotten samples to Sweden. We'll receive a couple of yeah, this is a good, I have to talk about quality control. So when the stealth cases will be assembled and finished first, And as soon as they are, one, or where is it, more than one, I think 3 are going to be sent to us, and that is when we will inspect everything, the color consistency, packaging, you know, see if everything works as it should work. And when the dark units are done, one will be sent to us express, you know, very fast, and we'll do the same for that, and steel as well. So we don't want to wait for everything to be complete and then for somebody to send the cases to us. We want to, as soon as they are ready, somebody send them to us, we check them, check that everything is good, and yeah. But I don't have packaging right now, not here, unfortunately. But it's very similar to the packaging we used for the prototypes. So this is a big box. Wait, let me get a couple. Yeah, so this is the old box for the prototypes, and it's EVA foam. So it's very, very closely related to your yoga mats. And it's a very good quality packaging. It's pretty expensive, but we're shipping very expensive cases. So we are going to use this material. The box is not going to look like this because it takes up too much space. We're going to have 2 caps from each side that enclose the Mjolnir and the panels, so they are a safe distance from each other and also, you know, sit very securely. There are a couple of cheaper inserts that I think most of you are more familiar with, and it's the white ones, you know, they're more like more spongy, very soft. But this is more expensive, more high quality, but I think we need it because we are shipping very expensive stuff that needs to survive the trips, you know, without getting scratches and stuff. Is Thor Zone more of a hobby, or do you intend to make it your primary profession? I mean, as I see it, this must be my primary profession because, I mean, a lot of people have entrusted a lot of money to us, their hard-earned money, and I need to work with this primarily, not for this to be some kind of, you know, side focus. So I work on this 100%. And I mean, also, because I have a finance degree, but it's nothing in comparison to making something like Mjolnir. So I you know, I need to do these cases because I don't want to be an economist for sure. Can you take the case apart on camera? Yeah, for sure. Let's go. I must get one more tool. 1 second. Okay, first, must protect my IKEA table. Okay, and I must get some sort of plastic card. 1 second. A second chopstick? No, 1 chopstick. Okay, I make this promise. You will only need 1 chopstick and 1 plastic card to work with your Mjolnir, and also a screwdriver. Other than that, it's fine. So the first thing I recommend that everybody does when you start building in your Mjolnir is to take off the panels, because you know, if you shake it violently, they will fall off. It's magnetic. Oh, yeah, I'll show you what I mean soon. So I just take the panels off first. Place it there. All right, and then this. Place it here. All right, so now we have the shell with the core inside, yeah, and on the back of the case, we just turn this. There we go. And then this is what I recommend, is that you put your case upside down like this, or I mean, the high side up, and then you pull it off. So there we go. All right. And so the sound you heard is the nylon going against the aluminium. So I mean, I know it sounds a bit like it's metal on metal, but no, it's hard nylon 6. So you won't get any scratches. Yeah, and here's the core. Ta-da. You know, you have your power cable, your riser cable. You have your screws. They will be here. If you have a MJOLNIR R, you will also get a very nice extra box with custom inserts, and in those inserts you will find both LED strips, the cables for the LED strips, and as well the screws. And you put them on here. So I think it's time to show you how to install the booster cell if you want. Let's see. Do you want, yeah, you want to see how it works? All right, awesome. Okay, I must find a booster cell because you don't see what's going on here, but it's like a billion different parts. So I just give me a second. I will go and find one. All right. Here we have a booster cell for the steel one. I think oh man. Before, when I was tossing around the MJOLNIRs, I bumped hard one of my own case, you know, the heavy one, against this one. I see I have a little mark. Damn it. That's what prototypes are for. You try them out, you know. I don't know if you can see the mark. It's very small. Can you see it? I mean, I don't know. It's so small. I think it's going to be hard to see, but I can see it from here. To what is otherwise a perfect finish. Why isn't Denise hiding off camera and handing you parts? She's afraid. She's in the other room. Ran away. Left me alone here on my first stream. No mercy. Okay. So much stuff. Okay. So this is the main part of the booster cell. I mean, if you order the booster cell, it will come with all the electronics installed and everything. But to show you how to actually install it, I mean, we don't have to have the electronics. Just is it okay? Just put it on like this. Okay, cool. All right. So, oh my God, I lied. I said you would only need a plastic card and a chopstick, but you need to have a full set of screwdrivers as well. No joking, but you need, let's see here, what is this? You need a 2.0 2mm, what is it, hex screwdriver, as well as a Phillips, you know, standard. All right. Does your case come with a chopstick? Not right now, but we can have a chopstick giveaway. If you're lucky, you can win it. You have to tell all your friends about MJOLNIR, and if you do, and provide proof, you have a good chance to win this chopstick. Okay, so the first thing we do is that the way this is built is you have a front cap, this, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 grills that hold this to the shell. So there are 8 screws in here in total, and you have to remove them. So I recommend you place the case like this, and then you just remove the screws. So I put them on tight here. All right. Place the screws somewhere where you can find them again. Oh man, anodized chopsticks. That sounds really good. The only problem is that, no, that sounds really good. We'll have to, after booster cell, that will be the next add-on. Anodized chopsticks. I mean, why not? It's like, I've used this chopstick many more times than I've used a screwdriver when working with MJOLNIR. So, I mean, it's a must-have accessory. Have you seen the China clone of your case? No worries, it's horrible quality. Exactly, it's horrible quality. I mean, you know what? This is what I don't get. Chinese manufacturers can be really awesome. Like, I think DJI is from China. I mean, it's like if Apple made drones, they would be DJI. So I mean, they have massive talent. If they would if more companies there would put their talent to making original stuff, they would be very, very good. Hey, Hedgehog Gaming! Oh no, I lost one of the screws. Oh, it's here. Oh yeah, regarding booster cell and the fan. So yeah, it does not come with a fan included. I mean, there are so many fans out there, and I mean, do you go for aesthetics or performance? Maybe a mixture of both. So we leave that up to you. That sounds like a cheap excuse, but no. But so the fans that are compatible with this are 15 millimeters, 120 millimeter fans, slim 120 millimeter fans. The thing is, I would prefer to support the original creators, even if China made good quality clones. That means a lot, and yeah, because like it's what I feel is very sad, and it is if somebody makes something that is really cool, and then somebody much bigger, more powerful than them makes it as well and just forces the first person out of the market. That's very sad, because innovation is not rewarded, you know. So it means a lot that you would support the original creators, even if the clone cases were very good. So thanks a lot. Let's see. So yeah, so what I did now is I just took out this grills. You have the short grills and you have the long ones. I mean, look at this. Oh man, I love this part. You know, they're so nice. I mean, it almost looks like it belongs in some kind of an engine or something. You know, a solid block of aluminium. That's I know. Okay, I'm going to geek out here. So then you just lift your case up. You see, now you have a cap and you have a shell. So you put the cap away and don't throw it away. You have to, you know, if you want to build your Mjolnir original again, you have to keep it. So now you basically, let me show you how this works. So what you need here is you need the booster cell that you will have, and you will need 2 of the grills, the short ones, these ones. So, and you need 4 of the original screws as well. There we go. All right, cool. So you align the shell like this. There we go. All right, and then you basically take one of these grills and stick it in so the screw holes align. Let's see. I can't wait until all you guys get these cases. I mean, because I think people will make stuff that's hard to imagine, you know. I mean, I don't know a lot about building like custom PCs, so it's going to be fun what people actually make from this later. Can't wait to ship it out. Let's see. All right. And this is also nice because these things that connect the booster cell to the shell, they can be used to connect something else to the shell as well. I don't know what, but if you guys have any good ideas, we'll make them. Mjolnir XL 2025. Make it happen. Yeah, so one thing that's a bit hard to make Mjolnir bigger, you have to bake, let's see. Okay, here we go. It's installed. I mean, you can align it even better if you put in some, you know, time, but I think this sits pretty good. It needs to go down a bit. Yeah, you can, I mean, you can twist, you can shift it a little bit till you get it perfectly in the center. Then you can really secure it. You know, it's absolutely possible. We included these openings here in order for you to make that. So yeah, there you go. Maybe connect a nice wooden faceplate. That would be awesome. Maybe something made from a Mörbylånga IKEA table. Wait. Metallica Aid Customs. Wait, did you get a Mjolnir? Oh, dang. But you do custom PCs, right? So maybe we can talk. We have a couple of cases ready. Let's see. Is it possible to mount the LED strips on either side for the upside down setup? What about Bluetooth RGB controller? Yeah, so let's see. So you mean if you shift the core upside down, if you can mount the LED strips on top, right? I'm thinking about Alt Richard 77. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's what he's asking. Yeah, so let's see, would that work? I mean, okay, so if you have the core and you flip it upside down, if you have a bunch of fans and a radiator here, then you can't. But if you don't have a radiator or a fan over here on top, then you can put the LED strips. The LED strips on the top, yes. But if you have a radiator on top and a fan, then the LED strips have to stay down. That's basically how I have it in my own case, because I have a 120mm AIO and a motherboard fan, so I can't put RGB strips here. But it has not bothered me, only if I sit really close. Then you can, like, if you sit basically like this, then you can see some of the light LEDs, you know, shining through. But otherwise, if you're over here, you can't see it. So I've never bothered to care about that, but I absolutely understand. So yeah. Okay. Let's see if we have. Yeah, there's a guy, Tobias, that's from Sweden, that asked something in Swedish. He asked us if we're going to send the finished cases to tech YouTubers. Absolutely, yeah. Okay. When flipping the core, fans on top, would you still have them on intake or work the rising hot air on exhaust? Let's see, what do I have? Because we've tested all of the possible combinations. I think for the flipped layout, what did we do? No, for the flipped layout, so if you have your radiator here, up here, and your motherboard fan right here, the motherboard fan was optimal to have as intake, so it takes in air, blows it out here. And the same goes for the radiator fan, because this is a very interesting thing. I always thought that having the fan in push, you know, so it pushes air through the radiator up here, is better. But actually, when we tested it, having it in pull, so it pulls the air through the radiators, then out the sides or out the front, it's a lot better. It's like, what was it, like 6 degrees better. I mean, it's a big difference. It was yeah, so I would recommend motherboard fan intake, and AIO fan also intake, so it pulls air through the radiator and out the sides. Yeah. Will there be a booster cell for the top of the case? Man, we've tried this stuff. It's because you have this big opening on each side, you know, and what's very nice with Loki is their case is flat up here, so it's very easy to match the design. Just put another flat box on top, you know. Here it's harder. You have these radiuses, and you have to have something that's pretty weird. So if you want to have a top hat, like Loki, for example, to make it look decent, you have to have something that, like, you know, goes around these radiuses and then up. It's a tricky one. We've tried a bunch of different stuff, and yeah, it's hard to make, but who knows, maybe. Can you show us the Shield of Founders tempered glass panel? Yes. One sec. Okay, here as well, I have a billion parts, so I must go and look. I think I've maybe found a couple. Oh no, this is regular glass panels. No. But actually, we can take a look at that as well. So I mean, yeah. Yeah, this is our glass panels, and what I like about them is there is no glue here. Like when we sent Optimum Tech his the prototype, I was basically, you know, I had the glass frames that we made pretty fast, and then I had the tempered glass. I had no idea how to actually fix it good, so I just basically glued it on there with the what was it, Loctite, I think. And then one day Optimum actually messaged us on Instagram, and he's like, okay, I tried to install your glass panels and one of them fell off and into the case. And I was like, oh man, I shouldn't even have sent those glass panels. It's not his fault, it's our fault. But it was stupid design. But these ones I like a lot more. They sit very well, and actually I've heard some people ask if they can remove the glass from the panel, from the frames, and yes, you can. You have to pull carefully one side first, the long side. So you pop out the glass over there, and then you have to pull from the side. I'll demonstrate, okay? It's a bit tricky. I mean, it's a lot easier to install the glass than to remove it, but here we go. So, yeah. Oh, that's terrible sound. And then you, god damn. Okay. Ugh, look at that. Looks horrible. It's bent and stuff, but it's okay. It's okay, but man. Ah, okay. Whew. There we go. A very dirty glass and an aluminium frame. So if you want to make a custom design, talk with us. I got cold sweats as well. I always feel like these are going to break, but no, they're pretty sturdy. So if you want to make custom design for the glass, like an acrylic panel with some cool cutouts, you can mail us, and we'll give you some guidance on the dimensions over here. Then to install it, it's a lot easier. Now it's when the glass actually breaks. Hopefully not. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, right. From one side, the other side. Oh my god, they're going to break. Ah, I did it from the wrong side. Wait. Yeah. Like that. Like that. Okay. Now it's here. Ta-da. You can just attach it. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to show you. Okay, not going to remove the glass panels. I mean, I know, look, I have not done this a lot myself, and and also, you know, this is our first live stream. I'm a bit stressed, so I'm not functioning optimally. I think you'll do a better work. It's not that hard. The glass is durable. I think you can use no, I think you can use a chopstick to remove the glass. It's just I haven't tried yet, but I think it's possible. But yeah, one thing I wanted to show you is how much better the magnets are now, because previously we only had 2 magnets per panel, and now we have 4. So I'll show you just you know, a shaky test to you know, you'll see what I mean. So this has 2 magnets. I place it. Now I have it like this. It's okay. Shake it and it falls off. See? And also the top panel, two magnets. You know, this one is a bit lighter, but still. You see, if you shake it, it falls off. And also, if you try to carefully lift the case up from here, you see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's too weak. So if we take the new panels, I'll remove this one first. Okay. This one is a lot better. It's 4 magnets. So so you see 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, Metallica 8 Customs. Exactly, it's right. So more magnets is better because, like, first we have the 2 magnets. They carry the force of the panel, and then the other 2, they just are like a bonus in case you shake your case. So this is 4. I mean, it's a lot better. See, it takes... okay. I was a bit afraid that I was going to crush something now, but you see, it's a lot. It takes a lot more power to remove the panel, and also this one you can actually, you see, you can. It's a lot stronger. So I'm very happy, because the last thing you want is for somebody to drop their glass panels on the floor. And then I will read a very angry email. But then, where's the last panel? Oh, it's over here. The more you buy, the more you save. I'm not sure I follow. The more you... Have you thought of making a side bracket you can install on the GPU side of the MJOLNIR for an additional 120 or 92mm AIO radiator? Can you explain a bit more what you mean? I'm not sure I understand. Because do you mean like on the outside of the case, or inside it? Are you still going to make the THOR external GPU enclosure? I don't know. Right now, I don't think so. Because that one, it's a tricky one. You know, we completed a lot of the design, and then we simply were denied the certificate to have Thunderbolt. So it was a dead end, you know. The option we had was to take some other box, other GPU from another company, and then put our logo on it. That was the suggestion. You know, it's called whitelist products, and it's like, why? I mean, we want to make a new design, not just put our logo on somebody else's product and sell it. So I don't know if THOR will pan out, actually. Oh, it's install a radiator parallel to the GPU. I mean, it's probably... we have 51mm to work with, so if you have... I'm not sure. Maybe, you know, this is once again, I've not done serious custom PC modding, so Because the first thing I think about when you say that is there going to be enough space for airflow between the GPU and the radiator? You know, are you going to have a liquid cooled block on the GPU and then squeeze in a radiator and then fans? How are you going to get the airflow if it's inside the case? It's a bit tricky. I'm not sure. I'm going to attempt it. 1 slot GPU, water block, 50mm fans, 20. That might work. Wait, 35mm. The fans plus radiator, 35. Okay. How thick is the water block for the GPU, Brandon? It's a let me look at it. Yeah, cool. I mean, I think it's always worth a try. I mean, the worst that can happen is you just tweak some things and make another another build. But because like I remember this, like I searched, is 120mm AIO any good? And I went to Reddit, and it was like a storm of, no, it's not worth it over blah 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 air cooler, you know. And then I run some tests, you know, with Prime 95, with the Noctua NHL9 or something, the small one. And yeah, it basically went to 100 degrees. I had a 110 watt CPU, and it went to 100 degrees pretty fast. So I was like, oh man, that's bad. Installed 120mm AIO with a good 25mm fan on it, you know, and you have 57. I mean, the difference between 100 and 57 is very worth it. It's not that 120mm AIO, there is no point. There is a huge point. And another thing, a 240mm AIO is not twice as good as 120mm AIO. Actually, if you look at Optimum's tests of MJOLNIR, you can see that when MJOLNIR only used the core, so no shell on the outside, it outperformed. So it had a 120mm AIO, and it outperformed the Ghost S1 with the shell on when it used the 240mm AIO. And also, like, I helped my friend out a while ago to build his first PC, and we used a standard 240mm AIO, and we started Prime 95. He has the same processor as the 5900X, and it went straight to 78 degrees, you know. And I was like, because I wanted to show him how good water cooling is. You know, when you hit the thermal capacity of the water, I don't know what it's called, but the temperature basically flattens out and it rises very slowly. And I was so surprised when the temperature was so high, and I was like, how? And then so I was a bit scared when I bought the same CPU from MJOLNIR, and I only have a 120mm AIO, and I was very surprised when it worked as good as my other CPU. It was hovering at around 60 degrees because the wattage is still the same. So the energy the CPU heats out is very similar. So yeah, I think this is a test, a showcase of how an optimized case works against a standard case. 20.75 millimeters. Let's see. What did you say that the rad was? Let me get the calculator. Oh no. Yeah, but I mean, if you are willing to have the radiator a bit on the outside, it will work. So why not? I'm sure you're going to figure something cool out. Hello from Russia. Привет. Как дела там? Хорошо? I speak Russian as well. Oh yeah, and also we have any plans for fine mesh side panels? I mean, I know that a lot of people, let me see, mesh side panels. I mean, okay, I'm going to be very honest here. Probably not. And that's because, I mean, one reason I really love this case is because it's so solid. And it's, you know, for me, it's important. I don't know why. I just like it when stuff is solid. And mesh panels, I mean, we do have the, where is it? We do have this. This is a, you can say it's a mesh panel. But this is still a solid mesh panel. You have 5mm thick walls, you know, around the ridges. And this is made of PVC, yes. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe if, let's see here. Yeah. Would that qualify? Oh my god. Would that qualify as a mesh panel? Oh, I can speak Russian, but I can't read it. Все отлично. That I can read that. Did you ever publish an optimal airflow direction config for the booster cell config? And thank you for doing this. And I told you it's a good PR move. I'm going to. I have not. I need to. I would like to try that, the optimal configuration for the booster cell, once we get the first final products, you know, from the assembly line, from the packaging line. Also, I have to get one more good 120mm slim fan. I really like the Noctua, you know, this, what is it, Chromax Black Swap, 120mm X times 15, the slim one. I have to order it and test it out, but I also think it depends on your setup. Like if you make that we talked about before, where you flip the PSU, you pull in the air from Founders Edition RTX, you know, down, and then you would like to have an exhaust on the booster cell. But if you want more airflow, like if you have your radiator fan on push, so it pushes air through the radiator, then you would like to have more airflow in the case. So in that case, you would like to have intake on the booster cell. So it's dependent on your configuration. And about PR move, I mean, I think it's pretty. I think the reason we make this is for reason number one. It's fun. It's fun to talk with you guys. You know, I mean, this whole case was terrible when we did it alone, and it became awesome when we worked with you guys. I mean, if you go to the small form factor thread and you just check out the development of this case, it's insane. I mean, it was garbage in the beginning compared to what it is now, and it's not so much thanks to us, it's thanks to you. So I mean, it would be, I think it's fun to work with you guys, you know, talk with you guys, and make awesome stuff from Mjolnir. So I don't know, it's not much about PR for me. It's but yeah, let's see. Oh, actually, do you want to see the first prototype of Mjolnir ever, and just see how much better this is? I hope it shows on camera, but so this thing, I mean, okay, it's hard to see how terrible this is. Oh, Mujib Ahmed, thanks for joining us, man. I have to give a special shout out to this guy. I mean, he was very honest on our Kickstarter page, and it is appreciated because it got us moving, you know, especially when the pandemic hit and we got very stale. You know, the companies didn't answer us, and then you just sit and you become more afraid because now you have so much responsibility, you know, all your cases. You just don't want to make the wrong move, and you start thinking about this more and more when the pandemic was. So Mujib Ahmad, he pushed us to continue the work, and look, now the cases are waiting for assembly, and definitely. A good critic is one of the best things you can have. But yeah, overall, I mean, so this, you see all this airflow here. Oh God. So imagine you have a radiator and you put it here, and this is your airflow. I don't know what we were thinking, but yeah, you see, it's very important that we have your help from you guys, because that's what makes this go to this. Your prototype looks like the China clone. Man, I think the China clone is probably better. I love the dark color. Yeah, it's really nice because I mean, it's a bit it's a very hard color to make, and that's why I think so few companies make it, because you really have to have the anodizing process down, because it's like, if you want to make black color, I'm not an anodizing expert, but I think you do like this. Number one, you can either hard anodize it. You basically make it stay in the anodizing bath longer and make a thicker coat. I may be totally wrong here. But it's much easier to make something black, and then you don't see much difference. And also pretty easy to make something silver, like the steel case over here. This one. Because you just make a, I don't know this very well exactly how they make this, but this one, it has, as I understand, you have to have a lot of control over the whole anodizing process in order for the panels to be uniform. So yeah, let's see. Can you show all colors in comparison? Sure. Man, I have so much stuff lying around here now. Okay. Okay. Let me get this out of here. So let's see where we place this. Okay. So let's see. It's hard to get a good comparison of how they actually look. Maybe on top of each other is better. No, the dark. Wait, I have an idea. No, wait. Oh, it's so dirty. I see my fingerprints over there. Wait, let me get it from the darkest to the lightest. Let's see. Stealth. I mean, guys, I think you're going to love all those colors, no matter which one you have. I don't know. Like, I have I use the dark one, but each time I see the steel one, I start to want it more. And then I'll probably switch to the steel one. Then I'll probably look at the stealth one and switch to that one, you know? It's all relative. It depends on how long you... But they are... It's hard to decide. They're very nice. But let me place them like this, and you can see the shade difference. Ah, it's too dark. it's not realistic. Wait, it's not the front. I'm messing this up. Okay. Let me place it right there. Towards the light. But one thing, I think the steel case is very how do you say it? How do you say it when something is like should get more like respect or something? I don't know. Underappreciated. But recently, after we started posting pics, a lot of people have wanted to have the steel one as well. I think it's a good choice. See? What? Where's the big scratch? There is no scratch. Denise will kill me if there is a scratch. So is this a good comparison? All right. I think I have to get a wider lens for the camera. It's hard to make everything fit in the shot. I should have cleaned these cases before. They're pretty dirty now. Yeah. I think we need to post more pics of... Oh man. A chopstick on the... Where should it go? I mean, it must be... I don't really know. It must be around the heart somewhere. I don't know. But well, mustache as well for this one. Well, why not? A Mexican Thor zone. Is that okay to say? I don't know. I just feel like, you know, you have a sombrero hat, a nice mustache. Wait, I forgot. Did I show you the Shield of Founders panel? How did you come up with the logo design? I mean, I think I basically like put a couple of circles next to each other, started to cut things out, you know, and then like I don't oh man, that looks a bit like some sort of Viking helmet, and like, all right, Viking helmet sounds good. Let's work on it. I don't even know if Vikings had helmets like this. I mean, they did have in the Viking series, right? I don't remember. Björn is cool. Ragnar as well. Oh yeah, let me show you the Shield of Founders panel. I must do some more searching a bit fast. Oh, yeah. I think, yeah, this is it. This is it. Awesome. I don't know which color this is. Let's take this one. It seems to be the dark one. Okay. Oh, I'm getting my fingerprints all over this. Oh, that was a bad idea. Yeah. All right. Wait. Focus. Oh. Am I in focus? No, I'm in focus. Good. All right. Here it is. So, all right. It's very dirty. So I'm really sorry, guys. But can you see this little logo? Oh no, can't get good focus. But so it's not laser etched. Yeah, the panel's tempered glass, exactly, tempered glass. It's exactly the same as the regular tempered glass panels, but with the logo on it. It's not laser etched. We tried to laser etch it, but I mean, it didn't work out good on the glass we use. I mean, I have a picture somewhere, but it got very like how do you say? Like it was like you know when your printer goes really bad, that's what it looked like. So we use some sort of very fine vinyl, I think. I'm not really sure. I should remember this kind of stuff, but it was a long time ago. I talked about the details of this logo, but it's really nice. So I think it's nice. Doesn't. Yeah, I basically tried to scratch it as hard as I could now, but yeah, it's still exactly the same. Yes. So yeah, and it's free for the Kickstarter backers. Screen printed. Yeah. No, actually, that's it. I think it's screen printed. Yeah. You're probably right. That's what it is. Chemical etch. I don't think so. I think it was screen printed. Yeah. Oh, by the way, does anybody want to see a custom mix of different colors and panels on one case? If yes, recommend a combination like stealth panels, dark shell, steel, blah blah blah. There. If done, they have blanking, which is layered over, and then painting is applied to the negative stay. Ah, okay. So that's okay. I see. Yeah, that must be it. I remember when I talked to the factory. I remember the dark shell stealth panels. All right. Let's go. Okay, let's get the dark in here. Remove the panels. All right. Stormtrooper theme. Yeah, that's a good one. We'll do that one next. All right. Let me get my chopstick. All right. Because I know some people have ordered 3 cases. So, I mean, of each color. So, they'll be able to do this. Okay. Let's see if this one you can get it from a good angle. Is it what you hoped for? Yeah. By the way, yeah, I want to do that Stormtrooper theme. Steel shell, right? Or wait, steel shell stealth panels, right? Or wait, let's see how it looks with light panels instead. Yeah. Nah. Stealth panel. Steel shell stealth panels would be so cool. Yeah, I don't think. What do you think? The other one looked cooler. Swap the front plate with what? Yeah, wait 1 second. I wish you could see my floor. I probably have at least 20 backer worth of cases here. So if you live close to Norrköping, Sweden, you can pick yours up. Let's see. All right. What do you think? I mean, I think the first one looked cooler. The dark with what was it? With yeah, with this stealth panels. Let's see if we have black panels. Yeah, I agree. Metallic customs, totally right. By the way, do you think you would can do something cool with this case? I mean, mod it. Any plans for white? Yeah, white is it great with hardware in it and lots of RGB going. Yeah, man, you have a Mujab, you have a stealth case, right? Yeah, you have with RGB. Yeah, it's going to look cool. I tried to take I tried to take a pic of a stealth case with did you say you did say yellow RGB, right? Before. But I didn't have like a good white background, so but yeah, but I'll take another pic. With now I have a nice background for it. It will probably look cool. So wait a couple of days. Could you get a time frame for when the next batch more or less will be available? Would the next batch be the final product? I mean, the first batch is the final product. So the ones that we ship now will be final. I think we will open. Let's see. I'm gonna give you a pretty long time frame because we have to ship this out. We have to start manufacturing batch 2, and then we can check when we can open the next. But let's say something between 1 and 3 months, something like that. But from each batch didn't get the RGB strip for a okay. I haven't bought one case from each. I have bought one case from each batch. Didn't get RGB strips with the first batch. How do I get RGB strips added to my order? So, in the next pre-order, we will offer separate RGB packages for everybody that wants to upgrade. So, if you want to have the RGB strips, you can get it then. Aha. No, Daniel. I mean, we're going to make more Mjolnirs, so don't worry. But first we have to send out the first ones. Okay, so great. I think. Yeah, exactly. That's about correct. You have to be close to 1,000 in order to get like if you make 5 of this, they will cost you. I mean, I don't even. They would probably cost you like, man, at least 10k each, something like that. There are a lot of parts that have to be CNC'd. If you only do like low quantities, oh, it's going to be expensive. So if you have like 500, then 500 at least, because CNC prices start to flatten out after about 400. So if you have at least 500,000 is optimal, then you can get that's a good quantity order. All right. Is it possible to fit an RTX 3090 in it? Yeah, definitely. I mean, it depends on which RTX 3090 you're talking about. There are, off the top of my head, there are RTX 3090 XC3 from Gigabyte, right? Or is it EVGA? Oh man, screwed this up. I don't remember. Or Asus 3090 Turbo, or what is it? I mean, there are 2 blower RTX 3090s. I can't understand why I don't remember any of them. But yeah. So yeah, XC3 is EVGA. That will fit. I had we tried the turbo card, 3090 turbo. It was decent. I mean, it performed as it should. It's obvious it's a server card. You know, it should be stored somewhere where you have good airflow. You don't care about how high the sound is, because that card ramps up. You know, it ramps up to and a blower style fan. It sounds like a jet engine when you get to high RPMs. But I managed to make it. I mean, also the fan on the blower cards never stops, which is the biggest pain, because you know, when you don't use the GPU and you sit there and you hear a little in the background, it's super irritating. So you want a GPU that where the fans actually stop, like the XC3. Yeah. But what you can do is to undervolt your GPU. That's very nice. You basically lose no performance and you get lower thermals. So also, which translates to lower noise if you're not overclocking it. Yeah. That card, Mujib Ahmad said the Asus TUF, TUF. Does anybody have it? Like, because it's like 0.7 millimeters from fitting inside the Mjolnir. But I would like to know how thick it is in total, how thick the backplate is, and how thick it is from the from one side of the PCB to the front of the, you know, how wide is it from the back side of the PCB to the front of the shroud? Oh, cool. Lance, tell me, please. Oh, 49.5. Okay. Wait, I must save this. Where is my Sublime text? I'm at 49.5. Backside PCB shroud. Nice. Thanks, Lance. You're a hero. Tomorrow I'll have the answer if it fits. Also, I think if you actually remove the shroud, it will definitely fit. But I mean, it's not nice to ruin the warranty, right? Hopefully, also, we start. Does anybody know when we start getting a good supply of the 3080 series cards? Because I mean, in Sweden, I only see zero stock everywhere. I mean, otherwise we could have tested a bunch of the cards out for you guys, but just 8 screws still in warranty. But can you remove, like, can you remove the backplate on it without removing the warranty? Brandon, do you mean that it has the RTX 3080 in stock? Yeah, we could pay for sure. Yeah, 3090. Yeah, the 3090 supply is a lot better, but I've started to see it actually drying up as well. Like a while ago, there were plenty of 3090s. I mean, plenty and plenty. You know, if you take into account the current situation. But where's the stealth? But now I start to see fewer and fewer of them as well. Yeah. Lance, do you have which RTX 3080 do you have? tooth. Oh, see. Oh. Yeah, I mean, the problem is like if we would buy it from you, we're not allowed to like use you know, the MOMS, value added tax, in our company, because a private person, when a private person buys it first and then it moves to a company, you can't use the MOMS, which is a bit of a pain, but MOMS can be done. Well, maybe in that case. Wait, one more shake test. There we go. I love four magnets, so much better. Did you try stealth panels on dark? Yes. I think we did it like was like 15 minutes ago or something. Have you got a oh my god, I can't read. PS Xbox controller you can stand beside? Yeah, I do. 1 second. I have a DualShock 4. 1 second. Look how small. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, it's, I mean, it's like don't judge this by its size. Like this is like especially like you have I was meeting a friend before and he built a PC and it was like huge, you know, and I asked what card is it? GPU, what GPU is it? And it was like it was some sort of Radeon card. I don't remember which one. It was pretty old. No, not old, but it was not so. It wasn't powerful, you know, and a pretty weak PSU as well. And then you know you have this case that is basically, you know, size of a shoebox, if not smaller, and you know, and you can, you know, you have like a 3090 inside there and 5900X. I don't know. You can probably have a 5950X as well. But you know, and people look at it and think, oh, it's such a small computer, probably not that powerful. But you know, you're like, the card that sits in here is the most powerful in the world right now. So yeah, I think it's awesome what the small form factor community does. I mean, I love many cases out there. I love the Dan A4 is epic. I mean, Loki is epic. The T1 is very cool as well. I mean, those guys do a really cool job. I think we are all in debt to Dan from Dan A4. I mean, he started this off. At least this type of sandwich layout. So, yeah. I love SSF PCs for the challenge of building in them. You can do a lot with them. You know, yeah, it's, I mean, it's, I mean, for sure, if you're going to max it out, it can be pretty challenging. Oh no, why is the focus not on my face? Yeah. But, like, when I was helping my friend build his PC, I thought it was harder to build in it than in something like MJOLNIR, because like for example, this is the core, for example, is very accessible. So you know, you can it's very easy, just place it down here, put in your GPU, you know, flip, you put in your PCU, etc. Like in the other case, it was a more standardized case, some sort of silver stone, I think. You like the more you built, it got so crammed, and you had to get your hands in like this. And I was I was surprised because I was only used to building in Mjolnir, and then I thought it would be so much easier to build my friend's computer because it was so large. You know, we had a whole like a game evening planned. You know, we were going to build this PC, then play, I think, Assassin's Creed Valhalla or something. But it never came to that. We just built his PC all day. We built it for more time than I like. I could have built like 3-4 Mjolnirs in that time. I doubt it considering. Is the space for the CPU cooler 51 millimeters on both panel types, glass and air? Good question. No. So let me show you. Okay. So this tempered glass, and this is the performance panel. Inside the performance panel, you have a cutout or cut in that is 3 millimeters. So if you install a cooler after inserting the core into the shell, so we basically take this, you know, you install it into the shell, and then you put in your cooler. Now, instead of 51 millimeters, you have 51 plus 3. So you have 54, right? It would be so bad if I said the wrong number there. It would be embarrassing. But 51 plus 3, yeah, okay. But with the tempered glass, you have a 1 millimeter indent. So on the tempered glass, if you do this after inserting the core into the shell, the maximum CPU cooler height is 52. So 54 for the performance panels and 52 for the tempered glass. If you install them, the cooler, after inserting the core into the shell. Otherwise, it's 51 millimeters. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So thanks for taking the time for this. It's been real cool hanging out and seeing the case in yourself unscripted. Oh, thanks a lot, Matt. It's been very fun to talk to you guys. I was a bit, first time we stream ever. I was a bit scared, I must say. Had to change the shirt at least twice. But once the chopstick got out, I got real relaxed. So, but it would be fun to make this more often, you know. You can also leave the side panel off. Yeah, most valuable player for sure. It is. Thanks. You could also leave the side panel off and install it. Yeah, I mean, I love those. Each time you go to Reddit, to a small form factor, and you like, there's at least twice a day somebody posts a pic of a Dan A4 without a side panel and just the hugest air cooler. You know, it's I mean, why not? Can the core go in upside down? Yes, it can. It's just as easy as, you know, you take it out, you flip it, put it back in. Okay, I can show you with my personal rig. It's a heavy boy. Oh my god. Where's my chopstick? Oh. Chopstick to the rescue again. Ah, okay. See, take out the panels first, just to be sure. Okay. remove them. There we go. Then you can unlock this. Let's see the one here. There we go. Then it's a bit dusty. Okay, there we go. Let's see the cables. Look at that. Nice fan in here as well. Look at that, compact. Does anybody know when the black Noctua 25mm fan releases, the NF812X25, the Chromax edition? Because I mean, it's been a while now, right? I think I waited for that Q2 2021. I mean, last year they said Q2 2020, but Corona hit us, so it's totally understandable. They said Q3 this year. Oh man, that's a long time. But you know, it's a. I don't know. Once I installed this fan, basically, so actually I've painted it myself. I couldn't wait, but. Yeah, once I installed this fan, basically every other fan sounded like a jet engine. So I mean, because I want the black fan on there. I love Noctua for their beast performance, but I would really like to have a black fan, to go with the rest of the build. But yeah, it's like now it's very hard to change the fan because. This Noctua fan is so nice. It's a real high performance and the sound is very nice. I mean, Ali had a really good video on this. Yeah, I've seen the knockoff thermal take one. Yeah, I've seen Ali's Optimum Text video on it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that it's a knockoff. Regardless of performance. I don't know. I believe that Noctua takes this time because there is a good reason for it. So they really maybe want to nail it down, not make something half-assed. So I believe it. I'm going to wait for them. I mean, I don't like. I don't like it that. It's strange also because those other guys that copied it are a huge company as well. But I like the Noctua NFA8. That's a terrible name. NFA8. It just feels like it's hard to pronounce. A8. Yeah, man. Mujib. See you later. Let's see. Oh, yeah. By the way, we've started to... I don't know if I should say this. I mean, now it's not so many people watching, so maybe... I can show you guys a little secret. Also, I don't know, maybe. We have started working on some separate side panels for the future. But I don't know if this is too early to share it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to see him? I think it's like you're either going to love them or hate them. It's nothing in between. Just that. I don't know myself. I love them sometimes. Then I also hate them. Okay. Okay. like I have to now it's I feel like an old man because I have to somehow put a picture on this OBS studio thing, and you know, it's like when your grandmother wants you to update her wallpaper on her phone or something. For me, it's very hard to know how to do it. Let's see. Wait. Let's be honest, you will probably love them. I don't know. I don't know. It's a hard one. I love them sometimes from some angles. Let me. You're probably all going to know where we got inspired from. Okay. All right. I think I get how to do this. Ooh. Okay, that was a huge pick. Wait. This is too big. Nothing is too big. Whoa. It's not round holes though. Please take a notice. They are very similar to the slots here. Like what I really think is, I only just joined. Have you? Yes. Yeah, I mean, what do you think is the best name? Because we've talked about it a bit, and I think the whole team is we think they should be called the cheese graters. Let me show you. Let me show you a couple of other angles. Let me see. Take this back. And can we change it to another pic? Yeah. Oh. Okay, now you can't see me. Swedish cheese. No, bad name. Is it? What do you think they should be called? All ears. Not cheese graters. Be original. Yeah, exactly. Metallic 8 customs. Yeah. So slots from one side and then circles from another. Exactly. Wait, I'll show you what they look if you have a case. Okay, so this is how torn between loving it, disliking it because yeah. So this is how the case is right now, and with those panels, it would be let's see. It would be like that. Wait, did it change? Yeah. So I don't know. It's a hard one because I think these ones would look really cool, like when you see them in real life, because of the 3D pattern. Actually, they are 5 millimeters thick, like these original ones, but they don't have the cut indent on the inside. So the 51 millimeters you have, the 51 millimeters of clearance, you have on the CPU side and the GPU side would be 51. You know, it wouldn't be like after you insert the core into the shell, you can get 3 millimeters extra. They would be, it might look, yeah, 3 millimeters lost. That's true. I mean, it's like these extra 3 millimeters, it's probably going to be for people who are maybe just a little bit more advanced, because it still requires you to know, you know, like put it in afterwards and stuff, and then you have to remove it first before you extract the core. So it's a bit more hassle, but yeah, for sure, if you have them 3 millimeters lost. Staggered pattern, yes. Bifrost panel. That's actually that name is already something we have thought about for Mjolnir, for another thing in the future. Offset the circles, it's too uniform for me. Yeah, I think it's not perfect. It's it has work. It has a lot of work to be done. I mean, this is just you know, a quick thing. But I wanted to ask you guys about the pricing, because like I don't know. We talked to the factory, and they said they would cost about 30% more to make than these ones, which I was very happy to hear, because I thought that they would cost like you know, like a unrealistic amount. It's much more complicated machining than these ones, but 30% more, and that's very good. So I think we can offer, I'm not 100% sure, but I think then though 2 of those panels can be offered for something between like $69 and $79. I think so. I mean, it's $69 to $79 is like a standard case in some cases, right? But I mean, for those who really want something, you know, really cool, I don't know. It's we'll have to see once we actually make a couple of samples what the cost actually lands on. But yeah, I think it shouldn't be more expensive than that. You know, here's a thing that I think is pretty funny. Like, the Mjolnir is a very expensive case, but it's not artificially expensive. Like, I was very afraid a couple of times that we couldn't make it, so we would even have any profit, you know, or at worst even loss, because it's you know, to make something like the shell, you know, the extrusion that is so big and keep it inside very tight tolerances. It's not that every firm can do this. Very few. We had to really search for it. So when somebody asks me, how much would you sell these extra panels for? And I look at the price of how much it takes to make them. I look at the packaging, and then I mean, so for two panel sets bundle that we offer, it costs $39. And like that's honest, you know. The panels are just panels. They cost, yes, but the case is expensive because the whole case together is hugely expensive. What I don't understand sometimes is that some companies offer like one panel for like $50 or even more. And like, I look at it and I just feel no way that costs anywhere near $50 to produce. Like, these ones together cost we offer them for $39, because that's a fair price. The whole Mjolnir is very expensive because together it's an expensive case. Will there be tinned glass side panels or even mesh? I mean, tinned would be really cool. We're going to work on that. But like, like tinned got me a bit of a headache as well. When we were talking with the factories, like, nobody seemed to understand what tinned meant. They thought it meant you have a glass panel with like a laminate on top of it. So like a dark, like a transparent black film on it, you know? And it's not at all what we mean. I mean, does anybody know how to make thin glass panels? I mean, isn't it like infused into the glass? Have you thought about glass panels with holes? Yeah. Oh man, we have been through a pretty long thing with that, but it's just a big hassle. There doesn't seem to be an efficient way to do it properly. Glass becomes fragile. I mean, you can scroll back to the beginning of this, not the beginning, but somewhere in the middle of this stream and see when I try to pop off one of the glass panels. Now, think what would happen if I did that with a glass panel that was filled with holes. It would explode. So metal oxides are added to the silica. Okay, so that's how the glass is tinted. Oh, that's cool. I can't wait till you guys start selling panels separately. I buy a set of 2 the day they go up for sale. Thanks, Brandon. We'll make a couple of samples, and once we've shipped the original batch, you know, we'll try things out, and if we think we make something cool, we'll share with you guys and then put it up for sale. So it must be cool though first. Like it's I love that there are people that appreciate expensive stuff that is expensive for true genuine reason, because it's hard to make, takes a long time, because like personally for me it's very hard to make something that's not like exciting, you know. And I think this case, you know, it just when you've seen a bunch of other computer cases and you know you hold this, it feels very special. So I'm so glad that there are enough people that actually so that make it possible so we can make this, you know. I'm so sad that Circle Pro case isn't around anymore, because like when I saw it the first time, the Circle Pro, it's called Circle Pro, right? Yeah, when I saw it the first time, I was like, oh man, I thought Mjolnir was the best looking case, but this is holy, you know. I was really scared, but I was also really motivated that somebody made something this cool and, you know, really good machining work and stuff. But unfortunately, he doesn't sell that case right now. So I hope it comes back. Otherwise, we'll have to like help him or something, the guy that makes it. That case should be around. It's cool. Anti-Dottes, thank you so much for the kind words, and I know you've been waiting a long time, but now I can feel it's very close. No question here, but this is such a beautiful case. It's been following for almost 2 years now. Thanks a lot, Logan. 2 years, man. We've been doing this for a long time. I mean, we had the Corona on us, COVID, but still. I think the next time we make something, it will be a lot faster, because, you know, like you don't want to take, you get a bit of paralysis analysis when you've never done mass production before, and you get a lot of people that wait for something truly high quality, and you really don't want to upset them, you know. You want to make something really good. So it took a long time before we started moving, but now we started moving, and next time will be a lot faster, because now we have experience, and that is worth a lot. Quality upgrades. can you please update us on the PCIe 4.0 riser? Yeah, sure. I think I've already spoken about this in this stream, but I think I didn't show you the one thing. One sec. I'll find. Okay. So just recently. One sec. So this is the Gen 3 cable that is in MJOLNIR right now. And you can see it's a double bent design. So when you mount it to the core, it goes, you don't have to bend anything. You know, it's very, very slim here. You have a lot of space. It goes straight up. And then you don't have to bend this part either, you know, 2 times. You only have to bend it like this 1 time. And this is a very high quality cable. You know, they just recently updated the cabling on this as well. So, and this is the Gen 4 variant. You can see that, so there are 2 issues. Number 1, it's hard to get this one in 3 issues. Number 1, we have not tested it yet because it's hard to get a 3080 or something, you know, Gen 4 card here in Sweden right now, you know, to try the latest and see how it really works. So that is problem number 1. Problem number 2, it's very, very prototypey in, you know, in what it no, it's not the same Gen 4 that Ghost sells, actually. The Ghost has a Gen 4 cable from Samtec, they are called. This is ADT Link. But you can see that it is trying to be a double bent design as well, but here it is, you know, bent manually. Somebody basically took this, bent it, you know, there you go. And also I've heard that like there are a couple of what do you say? There are a couple of posts on Reddit, I think, that compare a couple of Gen 4 risers, as I remember. And when you switch to Gen 4, it performs less stably and worse, like a lot worse, than if you would have Gen 3 on. I don't know if it's the case for this cable. I have not tried it with a good card yet. But you can clearly see the difference. I mean, there like we have designed our own Gen 4 cable as well, and the reason why it looks like this right now is because you have to have very, very high quality, high speed coaxial cables, they're called, and it's not a big supply of them in the world. So like you don't have many options. So yeah, I mean, just to summarize, it doesn't feel like the Gen 4 riser market is anywhere close to being mature right now. It's hard to get mass quantities. The pricing is ridiculous. You know, it's like a whole case for one riser. I mean, if you go to AliExpress, you can find this. It costs like $100 or more, I think. Loki's riser also pretty expensive, like $100, I think. Just wrap that riser in black gaff tape. Full send. Yeah, probably work, but it's 95. Yeah, but what I feel we can do is, when the market for the Gen 4 risers is more mature, that is when we get Gen 4 risers that are more like this, you know, they have tested, they are solid, they are stable, they've been around, you know, many people have built with them, then we will make some sort of I mean, some sort of a deal for you guys. I mean, either I don't know. It depends. Maybe the best would be if we could buy them all for you, and maybe you just pay for shipping. Yeah, but the market has not matured yet, and also there. I got ignored. Oh, what? Sorry, Sot Lingo. What did you ask? I'm so sorry. Please let me know what you asked, and I'll answer it. Can you hear the sound? I bought this case, but I don't know the length of the PSU cables, which are, yeah. So PSU cables. I don't. It depends on how you orient your PSU. We talked about this a bit earlier. Well, you see, this PSU is flipped upside down, so the cables now are different than if you would have the PSU flipped like this. Also, they would be different if you would have the PSU flipped inside. So, I think once we've sent this case to somebody that does good modding, then you'll have a lot more reliable numbers, because quite honestly, I have not done custom PSU cables, so I don't know, I'm afraid that I'm going to give you some numbers, and then you'll put in a lot of work, make cables that don't work. So yeah, but I'm sure somebody will help in the future once the case is out there. People will start building in it, and we will. I'll look around, I'll ask people what kind of length, PSU length they have used. Hey, Lance, actually, that is what we have tried. That is what we have tried to. So we tried, as I said before, we tried PCIe 4 motherboard, PCIe 4 GPU, and this riser cable. And it posted without us using some sort of old GPU before. We only had to, in order to get stable performance, we had to go into the BIOS and just set the PCIe 16 slot to Gen 3 instead of auto. But it still posted, because I know like some people have said that it doesn't even post and stuff, but nope, it posted. At least the 3090 on X570i. Strix motherboard. As far as I remember, didn't Ali from Optimum Tech actually test this same motherboard on a 3090, and it didn't post? I don't know if I remember correctly, but if he did, then we have tried the same thing, and it worked for us at least. But I did update the BIOS, because this motherboard here, the Strix X570i, it doesn't support the newest Ryzen GPUs on the BIOS that comes pre-installed. So I did update it to, I think, 2800, something like that. And then the Ryzen 5 900X worked, and also we got the GPU posting. Both are Gen 4. It's good alternative gaming laptops. When will we see it in the market? So yeah, Ali, Ihsan, when will this release again? Probably in 1 to 3 months, once we have shipped out all cases for the first backers and Kickstarter backers, and then start to work on batch 2, and then we'll open up for more orders. Hardware mechanics did roundup. Multiple. Yeah. Multiple of the same riser performed differently. As far as I remember, As far as I remember, Hardware Canucks, I've seen his video, but I didn't see this one in there. Because also, the cables he tested remind me a lot of like the cheap AliExpress cables, riser cables out there, like the ones you can find on Alibaba, for example, or AliExpress. Very cheap, you know. They look. I mean, I think they look very bad. Maybe that's no, not that one. Which did you mean then? Brandon, is that BIOS? By the way, Brandon, I want, because you do have the same motherboard that I have, right? The X570i from Asus ROG. Yeah. Metallic Aid. Yeah, but it's that. It must be that video. I think. Did he make several? Brandon, have you seen that if you remove the power cable, that the next time you put in the power cable, you have to like choose which bootable drive to boot from. Like, it's very strange. I didn't have it before I updated to the 3000 BIOS. Yeah, Lucas. The RGB controller was for the old RGB strips. When wait, I'm reading a couple of answers. Yeah, the ones that we taped, you know, that were glued onto the. But now, what we did is because basically before you had to have the RGB controller in order to control the LED strips. Now we basically we made our own LED strips that have diodes that are compatible with all kind of motherboards. So you can just plug it into your motherboard. You don't have to. You don't need a controller anymore. Because like a lot of people also complain that you can only control it through your mobile phone, etc. But now you can't sync your system easily. Now you can just plug it into your motherboard. You know, whatever it is, like Asus Aura or MSI. What is their name? Yeah, whatever it is. But you can sync your whole system. So, yeah. Mystic Gear MSI. Yeah, exactly. Have a good time, Matthias. Oh, what color did the God of Thunder backer choose for their custom Mjolnir? Any pictures of it? Yeah, so he chose a dark purple with a pretty cool custom cutout in the performance panels. So we basically made a custom design for him. It has like a star and a heart inside, and then it's dark purple. So if you see that one in the wild, you know it's the God of Thunder reward. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Oh, actually, that one has been a bit of a headache. Like, the first time I saw a picture of the God of Thunder reward, oh man, it was not dark purple. I can tell you that. It was 100% hot pink. And yeah, I was like, "Oh my god, this is not good," you know? Because when you go into the territory of making like custom colors, you know, not like gray or black, white, then it's a bit harder. So we have screwed up a couple of times making his case, but I think yeah, we're getting a hang of it. So he'll get a cool case very soon. But yeah, that hot pink one, I don't know. Maybe we can like give it away in some random giveaway. When are these available more commercially? We will be seeing them sold on sites other than the official Mjolnir site, like Amazon or Newegg. Okay. I don't know because like we don't have big margins on our case. Mjolnir is hugely expensive, so like it will probably cost like $500 if it goes up on Newegg. Also, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll continue to do it like this. I mean, I don't need like huge quantities of Mjolnirs being sold and just what will happen for sure is that we are going to be faster and faster in making them because we have more experience now. We have the whole supply chain, which was it's pretty big, we had to place it, synchronize it together. But now we know how long each step takes. This is experience you don't have from the start. So they will, for sure, they will be made available more and more quickly. And then we'll see. But I don't know. A Mjolnir for 500 on Newegg. I don't know how many would buy them. Okay, maybe okay. I think we can do a hot pink giveaway. I'll ask them to ship me those parts. What was your favorite part of the case creation process? Favorite part of the case creation process. There are many fun parts. Like it's relative because if you make one thing for too long, it becomes boring. And then if you make like I had really fun with marketing. I had really fun with making the actual case. I had really fun in producing the case, and it's such a wide thing. I mean, if you can do something like this, like a project that is like this, do it, because man, I don't know if there is a field you will not learn when you do it. It's there are so many steps in just doing the simplest things. Like if you even try to sell a t-shirt, like we don't do it, but if you do it, if you try to sell a t-shirt, and you don't buy something that's just finished, you will learn a lot, and there will be a lot of interesting things and a lot of really hard things. Like think like if you have a lot of people that want a case, and then you see that the color is totally off, like, and you feel like, oh no, I have screwed it up for everybody. That is a terrible feeling. And also, like, when we did our first Kickstarter campaign and we failed, oh man, I've never been depressed, but I think that is the closest I've ever come to that, because I was standing in the shower and just thinking that this dream that I worked for a year more, every day almost, was just gone. And everybody, they saw the amount on the Kickstarter, the first one, and they thought, oh man, you've already gathered 30%. So you're of course going to get the last 100, but it's not the case. I knew it would fail from the first day. So it was terrible. But then you have a lot of things that are like, they are really, really nice. Like when you get this into your hands, and you just look at it, and what is amazing is when you look at the details, they are not random for you. Like if I look at this and I think, oh, cool, that's a cool cable, but you know why everything is here. Every radius, every thickness, you have been there one day and done it. And that is just, when you sit there, you realize that that is so powerful. And now it's here. That is one of my favorite steps. That yeah. Do you have ideas for version 1.1? Not sure. I mean, we've basically iterated so much on this case that I think we've given you all we have to give here. Probably what will happen is we don't see something that you guys will see, and that we will improve. But right now, I mean, I don't really know how to make it so much better. You know, making bigger Mjolnir, that's it's hard as well, because the shell we make, this one, it's when it comes to somebody that does extrusions, this profile is huge, and it's very hard to make in good tolerances. So making something even bigger, I don't really know if it will be possible, and you know, to be able to keep it in the same quality. Cool thing would be to have the THOR ZONE logo GIF for LCD pump like the NZXT AIO Z series. Wait, I think we can get some RGBs into this AIO. So I'll have to speak more with Asetec first. How are the thermals with the new RTX 3080 Founders Edition? I've not tested it yet. It's hard to get one. Juan Rodriguez, thanks so much, man. You will not be disappointed. I have the Asus Rio that can do that. Isn't the Asus Rio, the CPU block is pretty big, right? As far as I remember. How many SSDs can Mjolnir hold, Mr. Jones? Officially, 2. Like, I removed because I used the booster cell, then you have to remove the 2.5-inch SSD storage brackets, which are here. You can see them on this core. So officially 2. But a while ago, I mean, you can easily fit, like, if you have a GPU that is like this, pretty slim, you can fit one here, you know, probably, I mean, at least 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Then if you remove the fans, 6, 7, you know, you can, if you really want to fit a lot of SSDs in there, I think you can. But officially it's 2. 2.5 inches. Will the PCIe Gen 4 from Loki work with the Mjolnir? Yes. But I don't know how stable it is, etc. You know, yeah, so maybe a 5-liter case from Mjolnir Mini. I mean, it would work to make a mini case, but the thing to remember is this core is a lot less volume than this shell. And the reason is because the design of this makes it so we have to make the volume bigger. I think this core is like 2 liters more than the shell or something like that. And that is because we have a radius, so you can't press the core all the way up here, you know, with the stuff. And then you have 5mm thick walls, which we have because we think it's really cool. So, I mean, I think a Mjolnir Mini would be around, maybe around, like, take your favorite case. You know, like if you have like a 4-liter case or 5-liter case, it will be at least 7 or 8 if converted into a Mjolnir shape, because you have the thick walls, you have the radiuses that take more space, and so yeah. Man, these shirts are pretty nice. I could actually wear this like going around, you know, like a standard t-shirt, but I don't know, I only have 2, so got to be careful. You know, if you go around, you have to be official, you know, Thor Zone, blah blah blah. You have to use a power brick if you made it smaller. Yeah. Are there any good power bricks that are like in a decent wattage? I mean, I know about that old one that's have a good time, Lucas. Thanks for joining us. I mean, I know of that power brick that's like 220 watts, I think, but that's not so much. What? 400 watts? Which one? Link it, please. Seriously? That's a pretty huge power brick. It has a weird blue tint as well, this one. Maybe if you can see. Strange. Very plasticky. Oh, yeah. HD Plex. But I've seen those HD Plex PSUs. I mean, I've not had one for myself, but it looks a bit sketchy. I mean, are there any live, like, can you reach the live wires, or is it safe to use? Because it almost looks like you have to, like, you know, insert a naked wire inside it, you know, screw it, and then... Is it safe? Just like standard wires. Oh, okay, I see. Cool. Oh yeah. Do you want to see the old the prototypes we sent to Ali, Optimum Tech? You know, the first time when he made his first video. I have it right here. Can compare it to what we have right now. Wait, first I just want to close my own case here. Here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay. What's that? Let's... Yeah. Yeah, it's man, Ali's tips. Oh wait, autofocus, in focus. Am I in focus? I'm not in focus. No. Am I in focus now? Oh my god, why am I not in focus? What's wrong with the camera? I'll find my... Ah, good. Now it's on my face. Yeah. Yeah, what is... I mean, one tip that Ali from Optimum Tech has helped us to improve the case so much. So, I mean, I'm really thankful for his great constructive critique. It's a totally different case, thanks to him and thanks to you guys. But the magnetic panels, man, that was a good tip, because in the old prototype, you had to remove the core, then you have to unscrew the tiny M2 screws, you know, which can also de-thread the aluminium inside if you screw with them too hard. And then you have to remove the panels. It took such a long time, and you could not use the legendary chopsticks. So, I mean, thanks to Ali, this became possible. And as I see it right now, this is a defining piece of Mjolnir. But I'll show you the old prototype. It's right here. It's a nice box, though. I mean, it's a solid box. Ah! God damn it. A lot of static. Oh man, I haven't touched this for a while, and in comparison, it's horrible. Oh, look at that. Look at that discoloration. Also, not... I mean, look at this horrible thing. And then this. Good stuff. Feels like we've covered a lot of ground in this stream. It's a pretty long one. How long have we been on? Oh man, 3 hours. I mean, this is what I mean. I can talk about Mjolnir forever. Somebody needs to stop me. 3 hours. Like a podcast. I was so afraid that like nobody would like that nobody would watch this stream, because like the likes we got on our Instagram post, I think it was like the lowest for a while. So I'm like, oh no, what if I'm just sitting here by myself, you know, just talking, you know, nobody asks any questions, and I'm like, oh, hey guys, nobody is there. But thankfully, a lot more people showed up than I expected. So that's really nice. I'm looking through my list, see if we have missed anything. I mean... Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. It was really nice having you on. Yeah, because like it's it feels like this time people work in the US, I think, right? It's like 3 o'clock there, or 12. Now it's a bit later. But yeah, for sure I'm gonna say hi to the team. I mean, we're very spread out, you know. I live in I live in like in the middle of Sweden. Like a couple of other that are part of Thor Zone live in Göteborg, a bit lower down. You know, a couple of, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we have Messenger. You know, we don't have to meet each other. When we meet each other, we go and take a beer. We don't talk about Mjolnir all the time. But really good to see you're genuinely so passionate about the case. Kickstarter can definitely be a mixed bag. I love the. I mean, I'm. There are a couple of projects that are like 10 years old now, and they still post updates because the people that they are not scammers, but they have not like there is somebody that makes like a hammer or something that is pretty cool, and they've tried to make it for like 10 years, and they post updates like every 2 months, you know, showing like a new screw, but they have never done mass production. So but they are still trying, so maybe like five more years and they'll this is my first and very like last Kickstarter backing. Yeah, I understand. I mean, it's such a long time. Like we planned to ship in May, and then now I mean it's yeah, it's been it took some time for sure. Not only due to Corona, COVID. I mean, of course, COVID was the biggest part of it. It took away like 8 months or something. But then there was also paralysis analysis. You know, you don't want to jump in with just some supplier. It took a while for us to find somebody that was really capable, and yeah, it was not only COVID. It was also our fault. But I'm glad that we are starting to assemble them now. Are the magnetic side panels enough for traveling in a backpack? Have a good time, Matt Merlino. Thanks for sticking with us. Are the magnetic side panels enough for protective for traveling in backpack? I mean, I would like to say yes, but also it depends. I mean, you saw that you can see somewhere in this stream that I can shake them off. I mean, you have to be pretty violent. I mean, depends. If you do parkour with your backpack, then no. But hopefully, yes. Yeah, me too. Please do what Metallic Aid said. You would like to have some sort of, you know, maybe just have a little strap around it so it doesn't fall off, just to be safe. Did you solve the GPU bracket issue identified by Optimum Tech? Yes. So, compared to the other to the prototype, this slot is a lot bigger, so it travels. Also, it has this. It has a groove, so it can travel up and down. Like the other one, it only had a a screw hole. So, yeah, so you can take it up, and this gives you a lot of space. It's like at least a centimeter more than the previous one. So yeah, it's sold. So yeah. I'd wrap it in cloth for traveling to not damage anything. Yeah, that's true. I mean, because we are talking about anodized aluminium, and while it is a hard material, I mean, you know, you have you have stones in, maybe you have dust particles made of I mean, there are some pretty hard rocks in dust. sometimes. Like you have quartz and stuff, and it's some really hard stuff, and it will scratch even anodized aluminum. So you waited a long time for this case. You know, why not? It's good to take some extra steps to protect it, even if it's you know, robust. Oh yeah, and also I just want to make this super clear. Hey, Brandon, I have an idea. We make this and we just put straps on it. There we go. And then, like, you know, put straps on it, and that's your backpack. Have a good night, Ali, Isan. It was awesome to have you around. Oh, I see Christopher Stadler here. I know you, man. What's the most interesting part you've learned in the process of going to China to manufacture? Can't imagine. Lots of surprises and stuff to learn here. So we have not gone to China. I mean, we've done the inspections and stuff from here, from Sweden, because it's not an easy task to go to China now. And also, if you set up the incentives correctly, it is, how do you say it? Because you have to incentivize the factory to make good work. So what we have done is we have sent the initial payment not directly to them, but to a third party that holds it until they have proven that they have delivered the quality upon which we have agreed. And then they get the release of those initial funds. And then in the end, once we have done our own quality inspection, we send them the rest. So they are incentivized to make good work from the start. And while I see some benefits in going to China personally, I mean, you know, realistically, you have to be there to make any sort of difference. You have to be there like day and night, watch what they are doing. And the question is, how much more beneficial is it going to be than the incentives we already have in place? It is like, you can see the quality that they have made even now. And these cases, these are anodized separately, and now they're anodized together. So they're gonna be even better than this. So yeah. With the delays in production, will orders placed at different times, e.g. booster cell purchased after the case, be sent out together? Yes, they will be sent out together, because like the only cases that will not be sent out together are the ones from batch 2. So batch 1, everything from batch 1 is all parts are milled, and most of them, 60% of them, are already surface finished. All the stealth ones are. So booster cells as well, they will be sent at the same time. Now batch 2 will be manufactured as soon as batch 1 is packed. Then we'll start manufacturing batch 2. Shipping freight forwarder will take batch 1 and the Kickstarter batch and, ship them out. So yeah, if you've gotten your booster cell and case from batch 1, you will get them together. Let's see. Thanks for the stream, Alex. Hit me up later if you want to make some. For sure. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. Metallic Aid. See you later. when NVIDIA releases 30 series with a different thermal solution than traditional cards, very worried it may affect thermals. Yes, of course, because I mean, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that it's always nice that you know that there is no questions if you can use Founders Edition. That is very nice to know. But in this case, I when I looked at the Founders Editions, I thought not optimal. Not with that back fan. I mean, we added the cutout in the spine now for that, but still, but I knew that aftermarket card will come out that are optimal for Mjolnir. So yes and no. Do those seriously look like goats? Yeah, elks. Let's see, I'm gonna check if we have something else important to cover. Otherwise, we can just do another stream another day. Let's see. Do you guys have any other questions? When will we have our Mjolnir? Would you be happy to have photos of our systems? Absolutely. I mean, if you can send the assembly will take 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how many people we get to work on assembly. Assembly will start on February the 20th. So, and it includes packing. So the cases can be shipped out after that. And I would be super happy to have all your pictures on your Mjolnir builds. I mean, I'll gladly share them on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. It would be awesome. I think it would inspire many other people for their builds. I mean, I want to do something really cool in Mjolnir as well, but I'm a noob. So if you can show me something cool, I'll try to, do my own variant. Thanks so much for the stream. Thank you, Abdullah. See you later. Thanks so much, Taylor. Christian Löfqvist. Yes, and I mean, as I said a bit earlier, if we sell through somebody like Enet, it is likely the cases will be ridiculously expensive. I mean, it's probably like, if I have to guess, like at least 4,500 kroners. You can compare that to what Loki costs right now. I think it's 3,000. So yeah, it will be the most expensive case in Enet, but I don't know. I don't know what benefit it will give us. Will it lead to more sales? Maybe, but at the same time, I don't know. It's a hard one. I have to think about that one more. Looking forward for the Bifrost panels. Man, I'm telling you, Bifrost name is already taken for something else we want to make for Mjolnir. But something, because you know what Bifrost is. It's the light bridge, right? So we've got something for that already. But thank you, Brandon. I mean, as I said before, I mean, I would be scared not to have you guys around, giving all the, I mean, seriously, people that from small form factor have helped so much. I love the guy. I mean, there are so many guys over there that have helped a lot. Yeah, so if we make things in the future, you guys, we must do this like this as well. It will be faster though, but yeah, for sure. I mean, love your help. You really inspired us to make good changes. So that we couldn't see ourselves. Together, strong. That must have been the cringiest thing I've said this whole stream, right? Have a good one, XXN. Yeah, wait, let's see if I have something more I have not said. I think that's it. Maybe it's time to... Oh, Heimdall. That sounds good. Wait, Heimdall. Yeah. I mean, North mythology is so nice because you have so many epic names in there. I mean, Guardian, Heimdall. Yeah. Just saw the God of War documentary when they were making it. Man, it was, I don't know, something with North mythology is so cool. Nope. M. O'Brien, and that's not it. Yeah, I think we've answered everything now. So it's perhaps time to wrap this up. If anybody has any more questions, just ask. I'll because it's time to sleep. It's let's see, it's 12 p.m. here now. All right. So yeah, just short on like like it is the 11th right now, and we have so till the 20th. I mean, we have almost finished the. No, we have finished today actually. We have, yeah, but we're going to work on the final assembly demo, videos for the factory now until the 20th, and then we hope for a smooth ride for the cases to be assembled and packed. And the clearer we can make this, the better it will work. And I'm sure it will be a smooth process because, yeah, I think even my grandma can assemble this case by now. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, it's been amazing. Thank you for... so happy that so many people joined us today. So many questions. Yeah, this was fun. And really hope we do this again. And so, yeah, stay safe. The COVID will be gone soon. And you will have some awesome cases on your desks very soon. Have a good time, guys. Goodbye.